Hi everybody, I just want to make a quick video right now. I'm on my way to the gym. Please excuse my no makeup, terrible appearance right now in my car. I'm just having lunch and I'm going to go to the gym right now for a quick lunch workout. But let me say something right now about these 9-to-5 jobs. Everybody is getting laid off from these 9-to-5 jobs that are absolutely unreliable right now. We are in an economy that is struggling. It's a recession right now, and 9-to-5 jobs are not reliable. They haven't been reliable since probably the boomer generation. And I just want to share a message right now. My dad taught me. My dad's 82 right now. I believe he said 82. He just had a birthday. He has always worked a side hustle. A side hustle. It was a handyman job for him. He loves doing handyman job. He loves doing this side contracting work. He is ex-military, and then he retired from that. He was a Vietnam vet. He came back. He went back to school. He got his teaching credentials. He became a teacher, and he also had a side hustle as a coach, coaching track and field. So that was a side hustle. And he also always did handyman jobs. And he taught me, you do a high job, right? Professional job, 9-to-5, but you also should never feel embarrassed about doing a low job. If the money is green and the job is a low job, such as food delivery, bartending, waitering, working at a retail shop, they're hiring everywhere. Everywhere I go has a hiring sign in the window. If you are laid off, which all these people, there's thousands of layoffs today in the news and yesterday in the news and this whole week, you should have already started a side hustle 5 years ago. You should already have a side hustle established, because you can't rely on these 9-to-5 jobs. And I started side hustling. I've been side hustling my whole life. Like, even back from high school, I had a side hustle. I had 2 jobs actually when I was in high school, 3 jobs actually. And I modeled. I remember doing that. I was modeling and getting paid low money, like $25. I babysat the neighbor kids from age of 9 years old. I worked at Thrifty's scooping ice cream. And then later I got a job at the department store, which was like a Nordstrom up north. And I worked like 30 hours a week, and I went to school full time. If you are not working like 65 hours and you're only working 40 hours on a 9-to-5, 40, 50, 65, you have 25 extra hours a week that you should be doing a side hustle. You can go out and do DoorDash. You can do Grubhub. You can do Uber Eats. There was a guy I just heard on a TikTok who just got laid off, and he was thinking about doing a guitar lessons business like 5 years ago. Sir, you should have been starting up that guitar business 5 years ago when you first thought about it, and just had 1 or 2 or 3 students. And then maybe right now you might have 30 students when you get laid off, or even an online tutoring for students, or by Zoom. If you're a teacher, you could do all kinds of side hustles. Like I hear on YouTube, they teach online tutoring on Zoom, kids in South Korea or whatever it is. And if you're a man and you can lift heavy objects, you could definitely do Walmart Spark. And the Target one, I forget the name of that one. I mean, there's just so many side gig hustles right now that you just sign up. Like, for example, if you do food delivery, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub, they have instant cash outs daily. Now, I literally opened up a side hustle, even though I used to have a 6-figure job as a senior account manager in both the TV industry for 10 years and the freight logistics industry for 13 years. So that's 23 years I've been a senior account manager, and I have a master's degree. And because my dad taught me, you never feel ashamed about lowering yourself, I will go ahead and start that side hustle. I started it way back in 2017, just doing a couple hours here and there, a couple hours right after work. I had money, but It's very important to always have money, even if you have an essential career. Doctors and nurses, what happened? They had to take a certain medical procedure, an arm in the arm that they didn't want to take. Some agreed with it, some didn't agree with it. A lot of people, I didn't take it. I looked at the ingredients and I was like, this is experimental. I'm not interested in that. And I will just take my natural remedies, which I'm not allowed to talk about here, or I'll get this video taken down. And I don't get sick, so I'm going to stick with that. And so I never got it. Sorry, like the gardeners are showing up right now at this park. I just want to say, if you have gotten laid off from your 9-to-5, here's what you need to do. You need to start a side hustle. You need to start one today. You need to go on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, Walmart Spark, or whatever it is. Go look on YouTube, go watch YouTube videos, and start a side hustle. Just do 15 hours a week, 20 hours a week. Instant cash out. Instant cash out costs 50 cents on Grubhub. Instant cash out costs $1.25 on Uber Eats. You can have money today. You can go out and make $50, $100. If you have a cell phone bill due today and you're laid off, go out and get you some money. Cash out. You don't have to beg your relatives. You don't have to use your savings. You could be replenishing and restocking your funds on a side hustle. So if you are not working, I work 80 hours a week. I've always worked 80 hours a week. I've always had multiple side hustles. I've had up to 5 side hustles that I love, that I do them for fun. And plus I go to the gym 15 hours a week. Like, if you're only working a 9-to-5, 40 hours a week, you have time. And I understand if you have small children, but you could also be babysitting. You could be babysitting for other people's kids. If you have small children, you have to stay with them. You could be babysitting for other kids in the neighborhood. Just for example, you can do things online, like go to YouTube, look online, look at online careers, but get onto something today. Don't sit there and wallow in self-pity or feel ashamed. Oh, I'm laid off. Blah, 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 blah. Start moving forward immediately with your side hustle. It is so important. And it helps offset any losses that you're taking. And it makes you have self-esteem raised because you are working and not just sitting home feeling, ashamed of yourself or low self-esteem, because the rule is a body in motion stays in motion. So stay in motion. Like, for example, I have a friend, ex-friend, former friend, who works a 9-to-5 as a teacher, for example, with low wages, refuses to do a side hustle. Oh, I'm too good. I'm too high and mighty. But then calls up a relative all the time and asks for $1,500 a month all the time, or $1,200 a month. That's a lot of money. I told her, you could be out, just do food delivery in your neighborhood. There's a ton of restaurants. Go grab you, $800-900. Even if you fall short, then you're only asking for $500. Why are you asking for $1,500? You're only working 40 hours. You don't even work out. You don't even go to the gym. What do you do all day? Your house is a disaster. Like, if you are laid off, I'm telling you, get a gym membership. Get to the gym an hour a day. Take a shower in the morning. Go to the gym an hour a day. Sign up for Uber Eats, DoorDash, food delivery. Sign up for jobs. They have help wanted signs in every low job. Don't be all high and mighty in your head that you think you're too good. You know how many top jobs I've had as executive management jobs, 6-figure jobs, modeling, doing Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week on the weekends because it's fun and I love it. Even though I had a 9-to-5 and I'm just kind of not posting the pictures online so my work associates don't, see that and just keep the world separate. But to me, that's a side hustle and I love it. And doing food delivery, I've done all kinds of things. I've taken all kinds of jobs before. So don't be afraid of that. Like, get out and you will feel good about yourself. Even if you are unemployed and you lost your 9-to-5, you could be working 80 hours a week doing 5 side hustles and go to the gym every day. Move forward in your life. So that's my advice for today, because it's just, I feel so bad for these people. My heart goes out to all the people who lost their job. But let me tell you something. I haven't had a 9-to-5 since 2008. I got out of that rat race and I've worked multiple side hustles ever since then. So just, some ideas for today. I just want to encourage those, get out there. You don't need these people. You can do you. You can get out and make ends meet. You can find something better, and you can work 80 hours a week and get your life back on track and get fit. You can lose all that weight and, do something productive with your life. Anyway, hope you're all doing great. Have a good day.